Caritas Manila presents the 2022 Full Year Accomplishment Report, starting with our flagship, the Youth Servant Leadership and Education Program. In 2022, YSLEP funded 5,421 scholarships nationwide. 2,467 scholars in Metro Manila, 1,361 scholars in Luzon, 960 in Visayas, and 633 in Mindanao. YSLEP produced 1,695 graduates nationwide, 621 graduates from Metro Manila, 541 from Luzon, 278 from Visayas, and 255 graduates from Mindanao. For 2022, YSLEP produced 140 cum laudes, 54 magna cum laudes, and 6 summa cum laudes for a total of 200 cum laudes. YSLEP also garnered 78 special awardees, 68 academic excellence awardees, and 779 Dean's Listers. The top courses in 2022 were business courses, followed by education, engineering, social sciences, and information technology. 93% of your YSLEP scholars completed the required 8 formation modules. This year's batch rendered 150,000 hours for social apostolate activities and over 160,000 hours of church-related surveys. 100% of financial assistance to all YSLEP scholars for 2022 have been released. Caritas Manila spent almost 112 million for YSLEP in 2022. Under the Special Food Security Project, there are now 244 scholars taking up agriculture. And YSLEP has produced 68 graduates of agriculture. There are 53 dioceses supporting Caritas Manila and implementing YSLEP nationwide. There are 139 schools and organizations that help implement YSLEP scholarships. In 2022, the Diocese of Naval presented Caritas Manila with this token of gratitude for YSLEP. The Prelature of Infanta likewise issued a certificate to Caritas Manila in appreciation of YSLEP. Under CAMASA, our successful YSLEP graduates become active donors. YSLEP reports that there are now 2,169 YSLEP graduates who are members of CAMASA. 1,215 of these graduates are now active regular donors of Caritas Manila. 588 of these graduates are active volunteers for CAMASA all over the country. In 2022, our graduates donated 1.87 million cash to Caritas Manila. There are 83 CAMASA chapters nationwide. CAMASA's special fundraising event, Pinta ng Bukas, raised 3.6 million for Caritas Manila. All in all, CAMASA contributed almost 5.5 million to Caritas Manila in 2022.
Maraming salamat, Caritas Manila! Maraming salamat, Cardinal Advincula, Caritas Manila Board of Trustees. Salamat, Caritas Manila! Maraming salamat, Cardinal Advincula, Caritas Manila Donors. Thank you, Caritas Manila! Damo nga salamat, Cardinal Jose Advincula, Caritas Manila Board of Trustees, donors, implementing partners, coordinators, and formators, Tita and Archdiocese of Palo, YSLEP Graduates Batch 2022! Yay!
Next up is the umbrella program, Caritas Damayan. Caritas Damayan covers disaster and crisis response, preventive health, nutrition, and plant-based food security programs. The main beneficiaries are the poorest families, vulnerable groups, frontliners, poor dioceses, and individuals in crisis. In 2022, Caritas Damayan was able to extend 125 million worth of crisis and disaster assistance nationwide. 27,774 families received gift checks as food vouchers with a total amount of 28.6 million. 3,349 individuals facing hunger were given food for 180 days. 6,579 children suffering from malnutrition were nourished back to health. 26 Caritas clinics served over 21,000 families in 2022. For Typhoon Odette, Caritas Manila released 10 million to help rebuild 8 churches and chapels. Churches like the Santo Niño de Villanueva of Cebu, the Diocese of Maasin's Church of St. Michael the Archangel, the Our Lady of Perpetual Health Chapel in Palawan, the Diocese of Tagbilaran's Inahan sa Kanuna Panabang Chapel. Other constructions are still ongoing like the Sacred Heart of Jesus Anilawan Chapel in Puerto Princesa. The Philippine Cooperative Center also recognized Caritas Manila's effort for Typhoon Odette. For Typhoon Agaton, Caritas Manila extended 2.8 million to help 3,000 families. 1.1 million was released as relief assistance for 1,932 families during Typhoon Carding. For Typhoon Paeng, 2 million was spent to give aid to 2,182 families. 4.8 million was released to help 4,500 families affected by the recent earthquake in Luzon. In Metro Manila, Caritas Damayan released 15.4 million for 8,689 families who were victims of fires and floods. In partnership with Caritas 846, 17.8 million was used to help 11,335 individuals in crisis. A special Caritas Damayan project has 641 mothers now having 2.3 million in savings. For the war in Ukraine, Caritas Manila sent 2.6 million cash assistance. A partnership between VP Leni Robredo's Angat Buhay and Caritas Damayan was formalized in 2022 for disasters and in-kind donations. The Genesis 129 Plant-Based Food Security Program. From January to December 2022, Gen 129 produced 1,202 kilos of 100% organic vegetables. We now have a modular hydroponic system for urban farming. Greenhouse Demo Farm number 1 is located at the Caritas Manila compound. An aquaponics system is fully operating at the San Carlos Pastoral Complex. Coco peat production is in full swing at San Pablo Apostol Parish, and our 7-hectare I-Farm in General Trias, Cavite is operational. We now head to the Caritas Manila Restorative Justice Program. In 2022, Caritas RJ extended basic needs to 10,900 inmates. 310 active cases are being handled through case management. 119 out-of-school youths participated in Caritas RJ's KKK Crime Prevention Program. Caritas RJ recruited 315 new active volunteers. 182 of the new RJ volunteers are highly trained paralegals. Over 500,000 worth of livelihood projects were funded for 9 jails in Metro Manila. Caritas RJ has also approved 12 referrals to the El Proveedores Foundation. Sanlakbay sa Pagbabago ng Buhay is the church's drug rehab program under Caritas Manila. 5 parishes in the Archdiocese of Manila are implementing Sanlakbay. Sanlakbay produced 138 successful graduates out of the 155 drug dependents enrolled in 2022. The Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency recognized Sanlakbay for its active support in the anti-illegal drug campaign. Next is the Institute for Servant Leadership and Stewardship, or ISLAS. Caritas Manila currently has 3,335 active servant leaders. In 2022, Islas successfully recruited 586 new volunteers. These servant leaders rendered over 23 million worth of volunteer hours from January to December. Caritas Manila presently has 27,720 partner urban poor families. 964 parish formation sessions attended by 10,722 participants was conducted by Islas in 2022. Islas has multiple partners in carrying out its training, formation, and volunteer recruitment program. After Islas is the highly successful Segunda Mana Donated Goods program. From January to December, Segunda Mana generated over 77 million in gross revenue and produced a net surplus of 33.4 million as funds for the social service programs of Caritas Manila. Segunda Mana has 34 fully operating Segunda Mana charity outlets. In 2022, amidst the pandemic, Segunda Mana continued to expand and opened 3 new charity outlets and 1 new kiosk at Our Lady of Airways Parish in Pasay. Segunda Mana actively participated in short and long-term bazaars from January to December. The Segunda Mana Buyers Club had 7,588 registered members. In 2023, Caritas Manila is planning to finally open Segunda Mana Cebu. Lastly, the Financial Stewardship Report. In 2022, Caritas Manila raised over 187 million in direct cash donations. Over 115 million worth in grants was secured, and 12.1 million worth of non-cash donations was received. From January to December, Caritas Manila was able to raise 392 million in total donations. Nearly 30,000 individual donors and 3,000 corporate donors supported Caritas Manila. In 2022, Caritas Manila was recognized and awarded by the Diocese of Malolos and the St. Mary Euphrasia Foundation, as well as the Dugong Alay Dugtong Buhay Foundation. Our Holy Father reminds us that poverty is not an accident. It has causes that must be recognized and removed. In solidarity with the United Nations, Caritas Manila's programs respond to 14 out of the 17 development goals set by the UN. And the love of Christ urges us on.